Okay. So I always had a unique taste in music, and by that means people have always enjoyed the songs I've chosen. They always say, "Oh, where'd you hear this song?" or "Where did who's that artist?" or like I f with that essentially. But in general, I don't try to be trendy. I don't follow trends or anything like that. I just like music that I like, and people enjoy it. And in general, in college, I learned a lot from people, especially in the music industry and in the arts in general. I've been friends with a lot of music producers, a lot of musicians, and I got a better understanding for music and, in general, appreciation, and that kind of helped foster my decisions in choosing my songs. The songs I chose, were a little bit on the artsy, passionate, and just overall good vibe songs. And in general, I learned a lot behind those choices and what goes into music production, what kind of melody the songs go with, and overall the message of the lyrics. So there's a lot I've learned to appreciate behind music. And the first song I chose in this list that I believe falls within the moment and kind of encumbers you like or encloses you in music is "Sing It Back" by Pete Tong. Pete Tong is a house DJ as general and a house music producer. So that was the first exposure of music I got to when I came to Tampa from my friend who was a DJ. And this music is kind of loud, it's energetic. I like concerts and music shows, so that tends to go with my personality. And house music is one of my favorite genres, so that tends to go with my personality as well. I don't have a set structure of what I like, so anything that kind of everyone seems to enjoy is better than nothing. And generally, I tend not to express my feelings as much because I just, I like to keep myself to myself, but not with those I care about. Essentially, the next song is like expressing your words is never easy, essentially. But when it comes to singing, the message it becomes a lot more clearer because the song is a song, but the words are words. And by using your voice to share a message, like in the following song, "If I Could Only Tell Her" by Platt, essentially you're singing your message, but directly the message is in this scenario is to a friend that happens to be the sister of a friend of the original singer that died. So he's conveying the brotherly love to the sister, but he's singing it for the love of himself, as in he loves his friend's sister. So that's kind of unique. They were best friends, but he died. So that's kind of unique in a way. And I tend, it comes from a musical too. So one of the reasons why I chose it is, I got exposed to musicals and the soundtracks between some of my theater friends, and I'm like, oh wow, this, I didn't know a lot of music goes, theater and music go hand in hand. So that kind of opened my eyes to, music and soundtracks of productions and shows like that. And in general, it's hard for people to express their feelings, but if you can sing it, it's easier to say than straight up words. And at least for me as a person, math and science have always shaped my worldviews and kind of guided my choices. I like to study biology in general, so the next song I chose is just because I study biology and I like nature. And it's Birds by Thomas Sanders. He talks about a lot. It's general I value my space a lot. The way I learn too. So I tend to foster in that kind of environment. Where I could do my own thing for a little bit and still learn a lot. And essentially the song, it kind of feels with me in a sense because I have an opportunity to do a lot of important things, but sometimes just being humble is the greatest feeling in the world. When everyone says you should do this, you should do that, but in general I come from humble beginnings and I tend to keep that tend to go with that kind of feeling. So yeah, so the songs I chose, I had a personal connection with. They go beyond the words and melody and kind of reflect the person I am. So I tend to go with that kind of philosophy in the songs I chose. Thank you.